do we have to wait? Okay, are we here all together? Ladies and gentlemen, I have this pleasure to welcome you on today's webinar. Today we will be speaking about NIP and PESEL numbers, and also about residence registration. But please, let's wait also a few minutes for those who are not with us. Today we have some internet troubles, and our internet connection is quite unstable, like it's on holiday. So please forgive us any difficulties in connection. I hope it will work through whole of our meeting. But if anything would be wrong, please just let us know in the comments. At the end of our today's meeting, we will have, as always, a part of Q&A. So if you have any questions to our experts, you can just write in the comments, both on our Facebook profile and on our YouTube channel. So if you have any questions, please just post about them, and we will be able at the end of our meeting to ask them to our experts. Okay, I think that we can just begin. My name is Anna Jagodzińska-Warzych, and I'm investor spokesperson in Invest in Pomerania. And today I have this pleasure to welcome you as each month at our New to Tricity webinar. We are here to help you, dear foreigners, to feel the best way here in Tricity. We are glad that you've chosen this place to live and work, and we are going to do all of our best to help you feel here as at home. So today's subject is PESEL NIP number and residence registration obligation. All of the details will be presented to you by our experts. So I would like to welcome today Mrs. Żaneta Wichrowska and Mrs. Joanna Słońska, inspectors from Wydział Spraw Obywatelskich w Gdańsku. So from the Gdańsk municipality. I know that they will share today with you with their experience, and they will explain you all the details, give you some piece of advice. So maybe we begin. We have one thing more to communicate. Unfortunately, our expert who was about to speak about NIP number, he's absent today, and I will do my best to tell you something about this NIP number later after our expert's presentation. Unfortunately, something has happened unexpectedly, and we cannot guess today our specialist who were about to speak about the NIP number, but we will manage, I hope, to let you know the most important issues. Yes? Okay, so let me start. Without further ado, Mrs. Żaneta, Mrs. Joanna, I'm giving you the voice and the floor is yours. Please,
okay.
Yes, unmute.
Okay, so welcome everybody. Thank you for the invitation. And as we've said, I am Żaneta Wichrowska, and this is my friend Joanna Słońska. We are working in a city hall, and today we try to explain you the procedure of registration, your temporary or permanent stay in Poland. And maybe I show you the presentation, and I will be okay. Close this one. A to jak to jest ten pokaz slajdów? Co? Can you see this information, this presentation? Can you see this presentation?
We are able to see it.
Yes, you see it. Okay. Okay. I'm able to see it. Okay. At first, I would like to give you a short explanation what is the temporary stay and permanent stay, because it is very often confused with the residence permission. So as you can read, a notification of temporary stay is declaration of temporary stay in a specific locality at the given address. Permanent stay, it is a notification of permanent stay in specific localization at the given address. So when you are living, when you have the place you are living, you should come to our office and tell us about it, okay? And this is not, remember, because believe me, we have many cases that people ask us about permission to stay in Poland. It is not the same. And remember that the registration is obligatory in Poland. This obligation is for Polish people and citizens from European Union, but when the stay is longer than 3 months. Up to 3 months, you don't have to come to our office and make the registration. Make the registration. As if the people from outside European Union, you are obligated to come to us when you are going to stay longer than 30 days. And this is the difference. Here, the basic documents which you should take with you when you come to our office to make the registration, and it is a passport or identity card. completed registration form of temporary or permanent residence, and the document which confirm that you have the legal title to the apartment. So in most cases, it will be a civil law agreement, especially with the owner of the flat. If you have your own, if you are the owner of the flat, you can come with the extract from the land and mortgage register, or maybe you have administrative decision on or court ruling. Now I would like to tell about additional documents. As if foreigners from European Union, its passport and identity card is enough, but sometimes you can come to our country with your families, and maybe a member of your family is not from the European Union. So we write documents which you have to show when you want to register your family, and you can read that in this case you must submit the valid travel document plus valid permanent residence card of a family member of the European Union member state citizen. So we also need it. Here we can read about the people who come from countries outside the European Union, and here you can read that apart from a passport, they have to submit the valid visa or another document entitling them to stay in Poland. You also have these documents here. It can be residence card or temporary stay permit, permanent residence permit. There are different these documents, so you can read about them here. And now about my friends tell you about the document of registration and how completed it.
Okay, I tried to explain the application form. Here is the link to the application form. You can take it, and now I'll show you and try to describe very short how to do it, this application form. And you have to fill this application form before you visit us. So, of course, capital letters. And first point, it's about your person. So surname and name, and your information about your born. Here's the second point. It's only for those willing, because it's not obligatory in Poland. So this is the most important, because it's the information in point 3 about the address when you are living in Poland. So you have to fill this application about the street, number of the house, flat, and here is the information how long you can stay in this place. Now the point 6. It's a confirmation that the above mentioned person stay at the address proved should be signed with handwritten legible signature of the owner of the flat or person who hold a legal title to the flat. For example, the contract. Okay, so you have to write here your signature or the person who got the contract, and your signature here. This point you can fill when you during the visit us. Okay. So this is the short information about the application form. Now I tell you about the PESEL number. Identification number of each citizen in Poland valid indefinitely for life. So when you do the registration, the number PESEL stay with you for all your life. it's not depends where you are living, in Gdańsk, in Warsaw, for example, but during the first registration, we gave you a normal PESEL and it exists for all your life. Oops. Okay, and some of us which are not living in Poland, for example, they have only a business. Yes, I forgot about the procedure about the registration, and you may need this PESEL number for tax settlements, and the PESEL number is issued by the Minister competence for Interior Affairs to citizen residing in the territory of the Republic of Poland by way of material and technical activities, which means during the procedure of the registration of temporary or permanent residence, the PESEL number will be provided at once. In particular situation, PESEL number can be obtained on the basis of separate regulations, but submit an additional application. But it's only for people who are not living in Poland.
All the people who are living in Poland will get the PESEL number during the registration, and there is no option. When you live in Poland, you have a contract, you have to register, you have to come to our office, make your registration or permanent or a temporary stay, and you will get this PESEL number. As I said, at once, it will be immediately. But if you are not living in Poland, for example, you are a business, you have a business here, and you want to hold a business, so in this case, you put a separate additional application. And
they must independently indicate the legal basis for obtaining a PESEL number. And this application form you can put in the be submitted in any one city hall in Poland. It's not necessary in Gdańsk or Gdynia, but if you are not living in Poland, you can send this document to any city hall in Poland.
Yes, but remember, it is only for the additional application, not for people who are living in Poland. They have to come to a city hall in a city where they are living, okay, when they are their homes.
So if you are living in Gdańsk, you come to us and to visit in 3 locations. City Hall, Resident Service Team number 1 on Partyzantów Street, Resident Service Team number 3, Nowe Ogrody Street, and the last of Resident Service Team, Wilanowska Street. Before you come to us, you have to booking a visit. Here is the information how to do it, and I think it's you can change the language, so it's easy registration to make an appointment.
And that's all. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. For a quick summary, so if I understood well, each citizen of Gdańsk needs to register his place of residence in Urząd in Gdańsk, in the city hall. And when he will register his place of stay, then he will obtain also a PESEL number, which is a universal one. Can you please maybe tell a little bit more, what does this number allows to? For example, this PESEL number, it can be, I will tell about it in a minute, that it can be a tax identification number also, but when do we as Polish people use this PESEL number?
it is make our life easier if you go to a doctor because it is identification. So it is very simple. But when you go to a computer system, you can write the special number. So
it's easier for the offices, for example, and you can get either shorter procedure, do it some things like make a account in bank, for example, or like my colleague says, for a visit in a doctor hospital, or taken an insurance.
Yes, yes.
Several things in our life.
I think
Yes.
wherever you go, you will ask you about your personal number, because it is the most easier way to find a person, okay, in a data in a base.
Yes, yes. So, dear foreigners, this is information for you that this PESEL number is one of the basic data about you in Poland. Each Polish citizen has such number. Yes, so it will be much easier to identify you, as our experts has already said, during, for example, when you are seeing the doctor or you are just opening your bank account. Yes.
Yes.
So, but now I will try to to step into our experts, our absent today expert from the NIP number. Mrs. Żaneta, can I please ask you to stop sharing your screen? Then I will share with our guests our presentation. Or do you see the presentation about NIP number?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Okay, so if it's visible, then we can start. The NIP number, I will try to answer, tell you what is the difference between the NIP and PESEL, because these are quite different numbers. So NIP is a tax identification number. The Polish version, numer identyfikacji podatkowej. So it's the number that identifies you while you're filing your tax declaration. What is important, until 2011, every working and tax-paying citizen of Poland was obliged to obtain such number. After 2011, this obligation was limited only to the foreigners and entrepreneurs acting on the Polish market. So mainly foreigners are those who till now had to have this NIP number. Now in this year, very important date from this perspective, the 1st of June 2021, we have a change in law regulation, and before that date, every foreigner working and paying taxes in Poland had to obtain a NIP number for tax reasons. Now, individuals who are not entrepreneurs can use PESEL number, which we were speaking about a minute ago, in order to submit their tax declaration. So, in other words, if you have a PESEL number, it can be used also as your tax identification number. So you don't have to have NIP number. I hope it's clear. And however, if you are a Polish tax resident, but you don't have a PESEL number, then you should apply for a NIP number. So so you can have either the PESEL number, and then it's enough. Or if you don't have a PESEL number, but you need to file your tax declaration in Poland, then you should apply for a NIP number. So how can you obtain your NIP number if it's needed to have it? If you are a Polish resident, your tax office is chosen on the basis of your place of residence. And then you are finding the right tax office. You can use the link which we have mentioned below, and you are submitting your application to the right tax office in Poland. But if you are not a Polish resident, then you should contact with a tax office which is dedicated to the non-Polish residents. Yes, but anyway, in each case, you are looking for a tax office, and then you are applying for a NIP number. There are two application forms, NIP 7 and NIP 2. NIP 7 is dedicated for natural persons, and NIP 2 is dedicated for entrepreneurs. So whoever you are, you choose the right application form, you fill it in, you print it, fill it in, remember about your signature, and then you can file it, submit it in the right tax office. If it comes to attachments, you can, if you have an attorney who is representing you, then you can add the special power of attorney, the PPS1 application document, and a proof of payment of stamp duty for the power of attorney, which costs 17 zlotys, and this proof you also enclose to the application form which you file in your tax office. Later, some important issues. Yes, we were talking about it, that there are some benefits from using a PESEL or NIP number. So first, if it comes to taxes, your tax return will be automatically generated and made available at your EPIT service. So you have your EPIT account, and then you have this return. It's actually automatically generated, and it's there to check if everything's okay. You can also submit your tax return online using e-deklaracji application, which is available at podatki.gov.pl. You will benefit from concessions and deductions which may result in a refund of tax overpayment. Please remember that lack of PESEL or NIP number will prevent your employer from the correct settlement of your taxes and social security contributions. So it's really important so that you have the certainty that you have at least one of those numbers. There can be a situation where you have both PESEL and NIP, but you cannot have none of them. You shouldn't have, yes. At the end, we have also put a link to some information about obtaining NIP number. It might be helpful for you. If you have any questions about NIP, I will be able to answer our expert for the answer. So please do not hesitate to share those questions with us. Yes, and I hope that we will find the answer. I'm not an expert in NIP issues, as I've already mentioned, but I hope that at least few important information I was able to tell you, and that you understood what is the essence of PESEL and NIP numbers. That was the aim of today's meeting. So now we can just begin our Q&A session. So the first question from Akash. Is it possible that apply for personal identity as an international master's student in Poland? Mrs. Janeta and Joanna, are you there with us? I hope you're there. Oh, yes, we see you.
Yes.
And could you please answer Akash? If he's an international master's student, can he apply for personal identity? I think that
Yes, I think yes, because if he is a student in Poland, so she live in Poland, so they have to do with the registration. During the registration, we gave her or him the number PESEL.
yes, I think so also. Then we have a second question. Can I obtain a social security number before I rent an apartment?
What is social security? Social security.
I guess that we are talking about PESEL number. It's not the social security number. It's not the right name of it. But maybe you can just let know our viewer if he can apply for this PESEL number before renting an apartment.
No, it will be rather impossible because we give this PESEL number. It's generated during the process of registration. So,
So if the agency make a contract with this person without the PESEL number, it's not for our depends from us. Yes, if the agency have make a contract with personnel without the PESEL number, they can do that. And if they give you the all information after the contract, so like here, right here about
next question.
yes, next questions.
I
I live in an apartment which is managed by the agency.
Because yes, my friends tell you about the next questions. Okay, the answer of the next question.
Okay, there is okay. I think that those questions are quite connected with each other. So maybe I will read only to our viewers the second question so that we know what we are talking about. So I live in an apartment which is managed by the agency. The agency has given me the rental agreement plus their contract with the owner, and they refuse to give me other document. Can I do my meldunek?
Yes, of course. Yes. Definitely yes.
So the only thing which we have to do meldunek is having an address. Is it enough?
Yes.
Yes,
The
have
contract.
the contract.
The contract.
Yeah.
The
And,
contract of renting a flat.
Yes.
Okay.
And this set of course, passport and our identity card and this other documents. Yes.
Okay, but if it comes to documents connected with the place where we are living, the only thing is the contract of renting a flat. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so the next question is, hello everyone, can I, Belarusian, be a taxpayer in Poland, live and work in Poland, but work for a Belarusian employer? Okay, so I think that this is a question for our tax expert. So we will ask this question to our specialist, and we will be able to contact with you later with the answer, okay? And now please let's move to the next question. Please treat social security number as PESEL. Okay. Okay, so do we have any more questions?
Yeah, we see this question. In the rental agreement, they contract with the owner and the registered dependent.
I think that that's all questions. If there are any others, then please just let us know on YouTube channel and on our Facebook account in the comments.
In our presentation, we gave you all documents what they need to do to get the number PESEL and the registration. So if the person bring the contract with rental agreements plus they contract with the owner and they refuse to give any other documents and the passport or visa, etc. I think we do it the registration at once. So we don't know how which documents wasn't show the office in office.
My friend tell about because one of questions, yeah, not question, but they write that the partisan of office say I need more documents. We don't know situation, what was in the contract, so it's hard to say. In most cases, it's enough, but you know, the contract we must verify, make the verification of the contract. If everything is all right, so it's hard to say what was not right.
Why they
Yeah.
didn't register the person?
Why they
Mhm.
I don't know, something was wrong, maybe, I don't know, it's hard to say. I have to see this contract, so in this way I can tell you what is it's okay or not. And
Okay.
one thing I would like to mention also, I don't know if everybody hear me now, that the registration, I have a request because you have the documents, visa or other, and sometimes it is maybe only on 3 months. So if you want to register and get this PESEL number, so you come as soon as possible. Because when you finished your
Legal documents.
yes, when they and will be invalid, it will be impossible. Because in this case, you have to go to the voivodeship office, okay, and put the documents and get permission for stay in Poland. And it is a very long process, yes, procedure. So I have a request, if you have a contract, you have your documents that you can stay in Poland, everything is valid, come to us and make the registration.
Okay, so each time the foreigner needs to have this legal basis of his stay in Poland. So
Yes.
at first, the base is the visa document, and
Yes.
when it will expire, then he will need to have a temporary residence permit from the voivodeship office,
Yes.
which is obtaining in a much longer, more difficult procedure. So it's very important for you, the foreigners, to file the documents in order to register your residence place, yes, in the Gdańsk office, municipality hall, at the beginning of your stay in Poland when your visa is still valid.
Yes.
Yes, because then it will be possible, and this PESEL number will be also, I think, yes, it will be helpful to obtain this stay permit.
Yeah, it may be helpful, yes.
Okay, so if we don't have any questions left, then I would like to say a really big thank you to our experts. I really appreciate that you've spent your time today with us, that you've shared your knowledge, your experience. Thank you for this presentation. I hope that we were able to make this issue looking more easy for our foreigners, and that they won't have any problems obtaining their residence registration and PESEL number. So can we also share your presentation with our viewers?
Yes, of course, but I have the request because the presentation I sent you has a little mistake. So I send you the new one, okay?
Okay. So we will send to our viewers the new correct version.
Yes.
So to those of you who have registered for our today's event, we will send an email with more info. As always, I'm inviting you for our next webinar which will take place in July. Please let's see our agenda. I hope you see it here. So now we had a meeting about residence registration, PESEL and NIP numbers. And next month we will be speaking about apartments rental. So how to find a perfect property in Tricity and how to sign the tenancy agreement, what should it include. We will be speaking about different locations in Tricity, which one maybe seems the best for you. So if you will have any questions, you can already prepare them for this meeting. We will inform you about the date of July's meeting in our social media, so please follow us and stay connected to our channels. Thank you once again for today. I hope you've learned something new and we managed to help you, and see you in July. Thank you and